Hello, my lovelies, my sweet buttercups. I hope you all are doing well today. I hope you all are doing good. I'm so glad you all could be here. My apologies. Your mole here has a bit of a cold, a plain cold, and I'm on cold medication. So no candies today. You might get a cold infused rant with all the cold medication. It might make me go off on a tangent. Who knows? But I'm glad you all could be here. And my apologies if I start hacking up a lung in the middle of one of my rants. I will just mute my mic. I'll just do that. Can I just rant for a moment before I get into my actual rant of Harry and Meghan popping up in Jordan and exploiting children and refugees there and showing up to a World Health Organization panel? You would think Meghan and Harry would want to stay the hell far away from the World Health Organization, considering the fact that they are all over the Epstein files. Bill Clinton is connected very closely to the World Health Organization and Dr. Tedros. And yeah, it's not good, but it seems like Harry and Meghan love having themselves around degenerates. A lot of people are saying that Buckingham Palace and King Charles approved of this. I read that in People magazine. Now, we all know People magazine is nothing but a mouthpiece for Harry and Meghan. And I read that sources claim Buckingham Palace has been notified in advance about this. If you actually believe that, well, I've got some pristine oceanfront property in beautiful Siberia to sell to you. Let me tell you what I think is going on here. Because I was going to get into a little rant, but it looks like we're jumping right into the whole Harry and Meghan thing. So what I think is going on here, and I feel like Charles, for some odd reason, cannot see it or is ignoring it for some reason, but I feel like Charles is being set up by Keir Starmer and his government. So Philip Hall, who is the British ambassador to Jordan, publicly thanked Harry and Meghan for their visit to Jordan, okay, and showing up, saying your visit, your support, your appreciation of the efforts that the United Nations, including, of course, the WHO, the government of Jordan, and others are making here is enormously appreciated. Do I think that maybe Charles knew that this was going to happen? Maybe not. Why do I say that? Because I feel that Starmer is using Harry and Meghan to undermine the king and the monarchy to make the monarchy look less trustworthy. We all know Starmer doesn't want the monarchy to be there. We all know that politicians want to get rid of the monarchy. And I feel like, in my opinion, now this is all just how I see it, I feel like Charles is walking right into the trap. I know a lot of people are saying, well, you know what? You know what, guys? Well, maybe Charles will abdicate. Charles will never abdicate. As much as we want Charles to abdicate, he will not do it. Why? Because Charles is a narcissist. Charles believes he is in the position that he was destined to be in, despite the fact that he stinks at being king. Okay? Totally my opinion. He absolutely stinks at being king. Now, let me get into Jordan and why Jordan. Harry and Meghan have gone to Jordan because many of us know, and let me refresh your memories here. I will go to all of these tweets that I'm showing you guys is on my X account, okay? I have all the images and everything that I'm going over, and then all the links are in the description box below. So first of all, this being a humanitarian trip, it's so funny how Harry and Meghan are crying about their security. First of all, we had Harry in the London High Courts on January 21st saying, the media made my wife's life an absolute misery. And here they are cosplaying on full royal tours, pretending that they are royal individuals when they truly are not. Looks like to me, Harry and Meghan are doing just fine without that British taxpayer funded security and can pay for their own security to go on these ridiculous pretend tours. Okay. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I just need a drink of my hot water here. Gray Voice says, truth be told, Starmer is chipping away at the monarchy. He is. He's playing both sides. He's a snake. You can't trust him. And for some odd reason, I don't know why Charles trusts the guy. But then again, Charles isn't very good at reading people or knowing what they're like because, well, look at his cash for honors guy, Michael. I forget his last name. Was it Michael Coles or Michael? I forget what it was, but we all know that Charles had to sack him, but then after he actually brought him back. So what are they doing there? First of all, I have no idea. Obviously, this is just a pay for play scheme. This is so that Harry and Meghan can get out there, pretend to be royals, can pretend that they are still doing the whole half in, half out thing. I have always said that until Charles removes them off of the royal website, Harry and Meghan will always still be considered royals. They will always be. There are people who go on that website. You see Harry and Meghan listed as working members. People are going to think, oh, okay, well, they're still royal members when they're not. They stepped back. They left. They wanted the private life, as they claim. But no, what they wanted really was to go to other countries and exploit and use their Archewell Foundation, now called Philanthropies, which they closed so they can hide sketchy dealings and financials behind the scenes. These two are just doing this so that they can get handouts. You know how much millions and millions of dollars is in the handouts of getting, like, from companies or charities claiming that they're helping refugees, claiming that they are going to help out people? What happened to the Afghan refugees that Harry and Meghan claimed they were helping? Remember, they went on to Fort Dix. They went and exploited them, despite the fact that cameras and photography is not allowed on a military base. Harry and Meghan got access to Fort Dix, where they took cameras and took tons of photos of themselves exploiting these refugees. And then what happened? What did they get out of it? What did they get of it? Because now that Harry and Meghan are on this tour, they are selling all of these images, all of the photographs to every single outlet there is. How much are they getting from that? How much are they making? They claim that they want to help refugees, but really they're not. They're going there to use them, to get millions off of them under the guise of helping them. Harry and Meghan here claimed back in September of 2025 that their Archewell Foundation announced it would give out $500,000 to projects, including the WHO, to help develop prosthetic limbs and provide other support for children from Gaza and Ukraine. Then they shut down Archewell Foundation and quickly changed the name to Archewell Philanthropies, and there hasn't been any proof or anything of this pledge of funds that they have been giving out via Archewell Foundation. We have never seen any of their tax records, which should be public, be published. So clearly, money is being siphoned. They're using this, number one, so Meghan can get a fill of, like, oh, look, the media is taking photos of me. We all know that Meghan just wants to get her pictures taken, just wants to feel like she's on the same level as Diana, cosplaying, setting up fake hospital scenes. This is what pisses me off. Setting up fake hospital scenes, pretending like they're meeting with, like, hospital victims. This, and so that they can basically pretend like they are cosplaying Diana. Let me show you this, because this absolutely makes me sick. This makes me sick. The fakery that is going into all of this. So number one, Meghan is claiming that she is meeting with a 14-year-old burn victim. Number one, this girl doesn't look like a burn victim. If she was an actual patient, she would be wearing hospital clothes and her room wouldn't look like it was set up in the main seating area. This is just 100% just photos, clicks. Look at us. Look, we care about people. But how does this look when Meghan, you traveled all the way to Jordan to pretend like you care about this little girl that you will never see again just to get your photo taken, but yet you won't go to the Philippines to visit your own father? How am I supposed to believe that you are some kind of compassionate, caring individual? You claim you are the next Diana in your delusional mind, but yet you can't even call your own daddy? This is the same man that you couldn't stop talking about. You couldn't stop riding his coattails. You couldn't stop mentioning, yes, my father, he's a lighting director. Yes, my father. We need more men like our father, right? But yet the Philippines is too far. You can't go see him, but you send the embassy there to threaten him with a letter and take photos of him. But yet you want to go all the way to Jordan to exploit children. The same children that you claim should be kept off of social media. The same children that you claim should be off of online because of all the harms that are online, right? This is such bullshit. This is why, like, I cannot stand this crap that Harry and Meghan are doing, constantly exploiting people. And not only that, okay, on top of all of this, why are they also doing this? Because we all know, hold on, I want to play this before I get into that. Let me just remind you all of how Meghan used to speak about her father, right? Meghan, who used to mention him every moment that she had, right? Remember how Meghan used to talk about her father. Let me just remind you all here.
We need more men like that. Just as we need more men like my father, who championed my 11-year-old self to stand up for what is right. We need more men like that.
We need more men like my father, right? The father that you have now completely ignored, who, you know what, Meghan? You could have won a couple points, like with the people, or even myself. I would praise you had you sent him over a prosthetic limb for the leg that he lost. But yet you can't even do that, you dirty bitch of a daughter. You're a disgusting human being. These people are the ones that want to claim, oh, we care about children, but yet they are never with their own phantom hostage children. You never see Harry and Meghan with their own kids, but they love going around harassing and using other people's children. Now, why else are Harry and Meghan in Jordan? Well, everyone also knows that Jordan is a very special place for Catherine, her family, and even the Wales family. We all know that hold on a second, that the Wales family have a very, very, very close relationship with the Jordanian royal family. We all know this. And even crazier, okay, is the Daily Mail article. Thank you, Stephen, my darling, for that. Let me just pull up this article and then I will share what you are saying here. So Stephen, who is our accounting wizard, says in 2021, Archwell 300K to World Central Kitchen, 150 to Oprah Cash Foundation for regional support. 2023, Archwell gave Oprah Cash Foundation 50K for Israel and Gaza, 80K for Turkey and Syria. Okay. Thank you, darling. Thank you for that. Now let me bring up why, like, because when I looked at this Daily Mail article earlier, and this is why sometimes you have to go into the Wayback Machine, or you even have to screenshot articles, because at first this article that they have written about Harry and Meghan and their visit, their quasi crap ass faux royal tour to Jordan, was written about that. I mean, look at this. What is this pose? Who told Meghan to pose like this in wrinkled gear and to throw a belt at your widest part of your body to accentuate your SpongeBobness even more? Does she think that, like, oh, if I pose with my hands in my pocket, then I look serious, then I look like I actually care? What is this? Anyways, getting back onto topic. I know I'm getting petty, but what was the whole point? But yes, the article here. So the article was written about Harry and Meghan, but then after, Daily Mail went back and edited the article to include the fact that Harry's brother and sister-in-law, Kate, have close ties with Jordan, and they were surprise guests at the royal wedding of the Crown Prince in 2023. The Waleses watched Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II marry his Saudi Arabian bride, Rajwa Etsef, at an Islamic marriage known as a khatib. Oh, sorry. My apologies if I didn't pronounce that properly. Kate's family lived in Amman for a period in the mid-1980s when she was a young girl, and the couple enjoyed a 2021 holiday in the Middle East country with their children. I've always told you guys that Harry and Meghan will do everything to ride the coattails of the Waleses and to always do something, because now when you look up Harry and Meghan Jordan, you in the search engines, you get what? It's connected to Catherine. It's now connected to William. It's all like, it's riding coattails. This is what Meghan used to do to connect herself to people. This is what she is doing now with the royal family and the Wales family. This is exactly what's happening. I think it's a money grab. They get money from host country, USA, through some sort of grift government account, Great Britain, and WHO, it's a forfeit. You know what? It's something that should be stopped. And Charles has the time, if he wants people to look at him in a positive light, to at least have a modicum of respect for him, then maybe Charles should put his foot down and be like, cut this bullshit out. Okay, they're like, why are you doing these tours? This Charles should have put his foot down after the first Faux tour. Why are they allowed to do this? Because Starmer is using Harry and Meghan to undermine Charles and the monarchy. That's why. They're trying to get global attention for the Sussex brand. I guess Meghan doesn't want to be seen as the jam influencer because that flopped completely, right? They completely are ding-dongs. Yeah, I agree, Katie. I agree. I completely agree. But it's just so crazy to me that these two think that they can just run around to different countries, exploit them. Meghan thinks that she can put on blackface in these countries. And to me, it is so disrespectful. You're going to the country, and we all know you are not this color, Meghan. This is not Meghan's natural color. We know, we've seen her. We see her during these setup pap shots in California where she is white. She's got no tan. And then you show up in a country like Jordan with it completely spackled on. I don't know why Daniel hasn't told her, but maybe you shouldn't spackle on the bronzer because it just accentuates and further highlights the pores, the creases, the wrinkles. It makes you look dirty. It makes you look like you were playing in a bucket of mud. What is this? This is giving me horse. I don't know, man. Yeah, look at how white her hand is compared to her face, right? Just look at the palm of her hand and then look at her forehead. She's got an ombre effect going on in her face. This is horrible. I mean, you're gone on some kind of humanitarian mission and you've changed outfits. This is just the first day. And Meghan has changed outfits 6 times already. But then also, just like in Morocco, you know that Meghan does not give a shit about other people's cultures, okay? Because look at the women. Heads are covered. This woman is wearing the full, like, you don't need to wear the full, I forget the burqa. You don't need to be wearing the full, but most of the women had their heads covered. And then you've got Meghan with her sleeves rolled up all the way to her elbows, where do you see the other women with their sleeves all the way to their elbows? No, they have their shirts are all the way to their wrists. Like, you disrespectful trollop. That's all I can say. And then look, this is their visit to their faux visit to a hospital, where they brought in a couple of individuals so that Harry and Meghan can pretend like they care. I feel like this lady in the back is eyeing Meghan's choice of footwear and is like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Wrinkled pants. I don't get it. M showing the sort of respect she always has, which is absolutely none for others. Absolutely none. Nothing at all. Just pap walks for merching. That's all it is. And people should understand that. This is all nothing but a pap walk. Can you imagine? I would never wear open toe shoes to a hospital, right? To a hospital of all places, where there could be bodily fluids, there could be, I mean, who knows what you could get, because everyone, I mean, some people I would think would know that one could catch certain viruses and diseases very easily through your toenails and your toenail beds. I mean, I don't even want to get into that. It's disgusting. Thank you, Margie, for the super sticker. That's very sweet of you. Thank you, my darling. H is bald. H is more than just bald. Okay. But I think it's absolutely disgusting that they continue on to do something like this. William, the royal that matters, actually showed up unannounced today to the Francis Crick Institute in London, where no announcement, nothing. Isn't it? Can I just say something here? And this is just a thought here. But isn't it weird how Harry and Meghan, whenever they seem to do like one of their little faux royal tours, that Camilla and Charles are never doing anything, no engagements, nothing, but then say William or Catherine always has an engagement or something comes up. I mean, this was planned in advance, of course, right? He just didn't announce it. William and Catherine have taken a tour, a route where they don't announce most of their engagements now. They just show up. But you notice how that has happened now a couple times, while William or Catherine are on an engagement and Harry and Meghan just seem to, yeah, be on engagements as well. But no Charles or Camilla. It's very interesting. But anyways, my darlings, look, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go rest my voice. Actual royalty doing it right. It definitely is. It definitely is actual royalty doing it right, instead of, well, faux royalty, because Harry and Meghan are not royals. They're not. They're wannabe celebrities cosplaying as royals. That's who they are. Harry and Meghan are not royals. Meghan will never be a royal. The royals tried to make her a royal, but she couldn't handle it. She is better at being a flop floozy who works at Soho House, and that's where she deserves to be. But anyways, look, I'm going to make a little video for you guys because I am in a little petty mood, but I do need to rest my voice for a bit. But the video is going to be quite hilarious. Let me just give you a little taster teaser of what it's going to be about, what the whole video will be about. Basically, it's about how this raggedy wench is trying so hard to be Catherine when, well, she will nowhere be as sporty as Catherine ever. And really, Catherine doesn't need her bodyguard walking around behind her like that. Ever. Never, ever. Hey, is this a Fendi sweater? Can someone look in? I'm sorry, but refugees in a Fendi sweater? Am I catching did I just catch on to something here? Is this, and I gotta look into this. Because if that's a Fendi sweater, that's like a couple thousand, that's $1,000 sweater. And if you're at a refugee camp, would a refugee be wearing $1,000 Fendi sweater, hoodie, zip up? I don't think so. I gotta look into that. I can't believe I just saw that. But anyways, my darlings, I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to those who sent in a super chat, super sticker. Thank you to my incredible mods. Refugees are better dressed than Meghan. I know. No kidding, right? Anyways, my loves, I will talk to you guys later. If you anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys. Bye.